But anyway, Mike Florio, like, is essentially the Danny Ash of football. He was the first guy in his base, like literally, like his basement or barn, to start talking about football. And in my opinion, he just is like a friend of yours that's too into it, that just starts making assumptions, like logical leaps of conclusions, or whatever the term is. But here he is talking about Belichick, who, by the way, we were sent a picture of wearing a Bridgewater State cheerleading shirt.
Yeah.
And doing some hand gesture.
No, he had his claw. His claw was up.
Yeah, and he was sitting there like he was a senile old man being led around by a dirty nurse.
Jordan, you can do better than this.
Yeah, Jordan, make him dress like the mascot, or put him in your cheerleading outfit.
It's the Bridgewater Bear.
He's like, I can do it too. Oh, his poor children. Oh, boy, what an embarrassment. This guy's not going to, believe me, this guy's not getting a job. There's no way.
Oh, I don't know, Fred. I think Mike Florio has something different to talk about.
All right, here we go. Thank you. Here we go. Here's Mike Florio.
Before the season started, team owner Shad Khan.
Before the season started. Shut up. Before the season started.
I'm a second and a half into it.
Before the season started.
Okay.
Fred, you're an a-hole. Why?
Before the season started, team owner Shad Khan said, "This is the best team the Jaguars have ever assembled."
So did Woody Johnson about the Jets.
Let's prove it by winning now. So here we are, 2-9. Worst loss today in franchise history. Bye week coming up. Doug Peterson was asked after the game about the possibility of being fired. He said, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And it could happen soon.
Yeah, they got to fire him today. I mean, that game was ridiculous. I think
they're coming on to their. I mean, it was a bye week here. This is
historic, the largest offensive yard differential since '79. I think same year as the BCN strike.
Was it? Yeah, I know. So was it the first 7 or 5 possessions the Lions scored touchdowns?
5. I want
5. It was.
I think they scored 3 touchdowns in the second quarter.
Yeah, so obviously, if I'm McCarthy, I want to get fired. And by the way, I'd hire him too. Not McCarthy. If
Doug Peterson.
Peterson. If I'm Peterson, I'd want to get fired. I might hire him. I don't know if he's a dead candidate, but get him on the cheap.
Now, what about the guy that put together the best team ever assembled, General Manager Trent Baalke? I've talked to several people throughout the league, and there's a belief in some circles
that he's going back to Mykonos.
He could potentially survive into next year as part of a package deal
with Cousin Larry
that would reunite him with someone he worked with back in 1998 and 1999 with the New York Jets. That coach is available. He's won a few Super Bowls. His name is Bill Belichick.
Yeah, so what he said is Trent Baalke is the general manager. He could keep his job, and that since they had worked together at one point, that
30 years ago,
that of course he would bring Belichick in. So I made this point to you guys off the air. If Bill Belichick was in the NFL for 40 years, he's been out for an entire less than one. What percentage of the NFL has worked under Bill Belichick? Like in some way, shape, or form. In Cleveland, in New York, in Pittsburgh.
Well, I mean,
for the Lions. I mean, for the year, like
for if you just like, is there at least one person in the market? I would say 100%. In every market, there's somebody who's got a connection to having worked with Bill Belichick.
And then I could give you Trent Baalke has worked with, I would imagine, 10, 12, 15 head coaching candidates. So again, Florio just says stuff that is out of control. First of all, I would
not all that insightful. I mean, obviously he's got connections everywhere.
Yeah, but just because they know each other doesn't have anything to, like, you know what I'm saying? There's no information. It's not like I talked to someone who's saying that Belichick is a candidate in Jacksonville. And so what he did is this. He said, and this is what he did. He searched and he said, Shad Khan, the owner, said this is the best talent that they've ever had assembled. So he thinks this is a team that can win now. And then he goes, all right, well, the general manager at some point, like he's like a forensic scientist. The general manager at some point worked with Bill Belichick. Belichick would be looking for a team that's got a lot of talent that could win now. Shkaboom, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he takes that Jacksonville job, first of all, woof. There was a story that he's going to be selective. Did you see the Diana Rossini thing?
Yes.
That he's going to be selective about a job.
Oh, sure.
He's a real Ben Johnson. It's him and Ben Johnson. They're the two big candidates. Everyone wants to send you 73-year-old doofus walking around in a sailor suit, in a fishing outfit. That's what they all want. Him, the doofus in the Bridgewater State shirt making the claw. Let's take the old man teetering around with the 24-year-old. He's a superstar. What a candidate. I mean, he's like a moron. There's never in a million years would I hire Bill Belichick.
Let's hire the coach with a girlfriend younger than the players' wives.
I know. But beyond that, like I'm sure all these guys
drink legally.
But if you're one of these rich guys, like you're an owner, and you're banging like all these chicks, like say you're Jerry Jones, and how many 20-year-olds a week do you think Jerry Jones plows through once he puts the injection in? I'm being serious. Like Jerry Jones probably bangs 120-somethings a year, and then you look at Belichick, and this one's got him dressing up and doing all this crap.
Corn mazes.
Like Jerry Jones is paying chicks not to talk about him. And Belichick, that big stupid doofus, is on the internet with one. What an idiot.
Jerry Jones, you want me to go on corn maze? How about I buy it and burn it down when you watch?
Like, do you think these owners are plowing through more chicks? And here's Belichick. Belichick got a young chick. Oh no, unlike the billionaires that own the teams. They're very faithful to their wives, and they have no access to anyone attractive. They could fly a harem out from Saudi Arabia if they wanted to. Belichick's in his kitchen wearing a Bridgewater State shirt like a schmuck. I wouldn't even do that.
Oh, okay.
If I wouldn't do it, believe me. And look at me, I'm ugly and poor. This guy is old and rich.
But how many phone calls is the doofus going to get after the season's over? That's what I want to know.
I don't think there's any
I
way
guarantee
he
gets at least one.
Oh, he's getting calls.
Oh, I'm sure he'll
get phone calls.
I don't think there's any way, and beyond this chick, I don't think there's any way that he gets a job. Any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't want to deal with him for 10 seconds. I mean, he wasn't good. He's not good without Brady. He wants too much power. And even if he says he doesn't want it, it's too much to handle.
He'd be idiotic to go to Jacksonville. My God.
Well, I mean,
just overall be idiotic to go to Jacksonville.
Yeah, he'd go to that huge market and go to London 3 weeks a year. Maybe his lady would like.
For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.